In this tutorial, I'm trying to show how you can create a task program from scratch. So I'm using USB to Dynamixel. I'm going to connect it in on the PC. That will generate my COM3. I'm using CM-510 and mini jack here. Turn it on. It have an IR sensor looking up the front, port 1, port 2. Is another IR sensor looking down. I have AX12, 2 and 4 on the left side, and 1 on 3 on the right side. In this example, we're going to be basically using just showing how to use the IR sensor. So once you have a COM port, make sure you have the right controller. So firmware 1, CM-510, click OK. Now ready to go. In Jiro, we have file, new open, save as, print, that sort of thing. In edit, you have the regular Control C, Control X, insert line, delete, clear line, edit line, enable, disable, find, replace, that sort of thing. Program, you can check the rule, download the program, and view output of the program. In tools, we have the option that may need to change the font size, that sort of thing. And then helpful check for update. With this robot task, it automatically check for the newest update when you turn it on or when you execute it. All right, so we're ready to write the first line of code, or rather, we'll write a command line just to show what the program is about. Double click on it, this menu will come up. And you can see that it had two groups, start and end group, the curly bracket and ending curly bracket, comment, stuff like that. There's an execute group, which you have assignment statement and then a compute statement. So we can label, we can jump to a label. Condition wise, they have if, else, if, and else, so pretty much complete. Endless loop. As our loops go, we have endless loop type. We have a loop while, a while loop, and a for loop, and also a wait while loop. And of course, we have break loop to get out of the current loop that you're in. They also have functions. Callback function. We won't get it today, but we can use some to define some function, call the function, and of course, good old return. So we'll do a comment first. And when it finds like that, you had double click inside of it. When it become blue like this, we're ready to type in. So this one, we're just trying to interface our sensors to port 1 and 2. And here you have to hit the enter key on the keyboard. You cannot just move the mouse. It won't take what you type. So I hit enter. Now it took it. Now I'm ready to create my program. So I start program. Immediately have start program. Open curly bracket, close curly bracket. Have a little blank space here. So we need to just hit the space bar to get some room here. So if you remember from check material, the paper material, every robotic program practically I would see inside an endless loop. So in this example here, all I'm trying to do is just show how to interface with the R sensor and trying to print something. If the sensor is, if you approach my hand when it's too close about a certain point, it will give you a certain place, certain melody from the buzzer inside the CM-510. Nothing's too special. If I get too close, and then I want it to break out the loop, and then it print out something, it also play a different song or different sound clips. All right. So let's start the program. So I have an endless loop, so double click, pick up an endless loop, need some more room, something like that. First, I just want to read out on port 1 what the IR sensor reads, and then just save to a variable. Therefore, I need a load statement. So this is the variable. Just type in the name, front IR. What is the value that's assigned to? Is an accessory device from here, port 1, an IR sensor. Click OK. So there we go. I want to read the bottom IR also. So I need another load statement. So that's down IR. So that's on port 2, accessory device, port 2, IR sensor. Okay, so now I pick up the data and I save it in front IR and down IR. So just I'm going to do a quick check. So I'm going to print something. So print statement is another load statement. So I want to print. So therefore it print, but the cursor will stay on the same line. I'm going to print front IR, variable. Once you type in a variable, it will be available through the pull down menu. So you can choose again, save some typing and also syntax error. Next is I want to print, but then go to new line, because remember this is an endless loop. So it's going to keep on repeating the same thing. So I'm going to go load again. This time I'm going to print with line. And then I have again my variable, which is down IR. Okay. So right now we have a nice little program here. Let's just read it and print it out. So you can try that. So you can do the check mark. Move it up here a little bit so you can see. Do check mark. Kind of outline check, no error. So we're ready to download. Just click OK. You output the program. Right now it's blinking in the play mode. And you can use this button to switch between mode, but we want it to be in the play mode. I'm ready to start. Push start button up here. So it have a little header here, and then it start showing up. So right now the bottom is down here, so it looked down on the Y cable. So it's reading pretty high, 300 something. You see up front and nothing. So as I push my hand, that number should increase. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. Stop the run. Get back. And do something more. So what I want to do next is if the front IR get bigger than 50, I want to play the buzzer of certain melody. So we need to create an if structure. If variable front IR is, let's say, bigger than a number, which would be 50, let's say. Then we need to play some music. And to play some music, you have to set up something called buzzer time, and then the buzzer index, and then set up a wait while statement for the buzzer timer to time out essentially. So first I need to set a buzzer time, which essentially set up how long the music can be playing. So on the left side, buzzer time is right here. on the right hand side, there's a time value, and you put 1 here at 0.1 second. We want to play a special melody, so we put a check mark here, which is equivalent to essentially 5 seconds. You cannot play anything more longer than 5 seconds. It's a system. Okay, that just set up the time. And you always have to set up the time before you set up the so-called what kind of music you can do, which is called the buzzer index. We need a load statement. And next, we need to set up the buzzer index. Here it is. On the right side, we need to set up melody, which is here. So on the right hand side, either you can choose a musical scale, which is the scale here. But this time I want a melody, and you can test it out. This is melody 0. I'm interested in 10. So basically give you a warning. We're done. So that's 10. And all this though doesn't work yet until the third component, which is a wait while. Wait while as long as the buzzer time bigger than click on the wrong one. Number just 0. Because it's set up, essentially there's a buzzer time hardware on the CM-510. As soon as you set it up to a certain amount of time, it starts to time out and count down. And then it's going to play the melody 10 music. And what we want to do is essentially for the controller to do nothing and just stay here as long as the buzzer time is not 0 out yet. So that means you're going to play the buzzer index melody 10 for essentially 5 seconds. So the controller just sit here for 5 seconds doing nothing but that. So this is in a way bad because you could use the controller to do something else, but it doesn't have this option here. Okay, so when that is done, and what we want to do next is, in case my hand will get too close to the RR, I want it to break out of this endless loop and basically just stop the program essentially. So I need to set up another if statement. If front IR bigger than 100, and remember in the previous demo, the more I approach my hand, the bigger the number for the reading for the front IR. And when it's here, all I want to do is just break the loop. And whenever you have a statement of break the loop, it will break out from the innermost loop. Right now I have only one endless loop, so it's going to break out of this endless loop. That means it's going to exit the loop. That means it's going to roll right here. So this is spot here in the end. The endless loop. Okay, so what do I want? I just wanted to print something and then give a different kind of music here to show that this is the end of the program. It will stop the program. So I want to print something. So load state. We just want to print. I want to print a very special number. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, but in Robotics past program, the only thing you can print is numbers, no string. Next is I want a print line. open with line, and want to show front IR. So when it's bigger than 100, it's going to break the loop. Therefore, it's going to go out here and print it. So this IR should be able to match whatever trigger this if state. And I mean, it better be bigger than 100 if our logic is right. And then next, I just want to play another music. So I'm going to copy this, highlight it, right click on it, okay, copy, and go down here. I click on it and say paste, drop it in. The only thing I need to do is I don't want melody 10, I want melody 0 here, okay? And then at the end of the main program. So hopefully so far I haven't made any error, so let's check it. No error. Well, I forgot, it's always been untitled, so let's say you just say file, save as, and let's say put it on the desktop or something. Let's say this is just prop 1, let's say. Save it. So now it's good. Okay. So I just downloaded it. I mean, check it out with no error. And I'm ready to download. View output program. So I'll make sure it's in play mode and click on the start button. So to run it. So right now I'm reading about 11 for the front IR, 10, 11. My hand is here. You can see it haven't picked up yet. Now I start getting to this webcam screen. You can see start reading 15 and go up, up. I'm on 50. When I'm 50, it beeped that. So as long as it's 50, you're gonna do that. 71, then 93. All right, here we go. So when it last time it saw something with 102, you see it quit it out, it gives its own special sound, 3999, 102. All right, and then also you see the program is it's quit. So you see the play LED flashing now. But what I want to do is I want to be able to use functions and stuff. So this is my program. So instead of these 3 statements, I want to use a function for it. So I'm just going to call that function buzzer1. And then down here, all these things I call buzzer2. So to create a function, you need to go after the coding bracket, the closing bracket of the main program. Let's say somewhere here. And then double click, create a function. Input name, double click on it, become blue again. I say, okay, this is buzzer1. And then we just put the program in here. So what I'm going to do is highlight all this. Right click. Right now, let's say just copy first, just in case. So go down here, Control V, copy it. That will be that. In theory, to be clean, you need to have a return here, but in practice, we haven't seen any use for it. Okay, so this section now corresponds to buzzer1. So going back to here, you can delete that and just say call buzzer1. Okay, and then create buzzer2. So go down here again, create a function. This will be buzzer2. Here's some space. Highlight this section. Again, cut it. Put it here. Now return. Let's create right click on this one. I'm going to enable, disable it. You see it won't matter much. It's just for practice. Okay, don't forget, after I do this, I need to call. Where's the 2? Okay, so quick check with an endless loop. Read front IR, read down IR, print front IR, print down IR. If front IR bigger than 50, call buzzer 1. If front IR bigger than 100, break the loop. And when it breaks the loop, it print out 9,999. It will print out the last value of the front IR, call buzzer 2, and then the program terminates. Okay, let's see what I write. No error. Download it. Output program. Do it again. So we see in play mode. Start. Okay. So I'm approaching my hand. 16, 21. So it's around 50 here. You approach some more. 67 is still beep. 79, still beep. 93. There you go. So when it reads 103, it quit the program.